Hey, what's up, everybody? Time for a community sort of discussion. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share. Support the channel if you can. I appreciate it. Thanks. It does help the channel. Again, my channel has been getting regularly flagged all the time now. So if you do want to help the channel, I appreciate it. Thanks. So I'm going to bust out a few videos here today because again, I'm packing. I'm going to be leaving in not too long. So some video game thoughts because I don't know the next time I'll do video game stuff. So I saw this thread here, and it links to Mike Z's post about Guilty Gear X art. And what stuck out to me about this was how much he is against things that take execution. You can read it yourself. And of course, there's things like, if we have James Chen, again, he's a complete fraud, but remember, James Chen is a guy who considers himself to, hopefully, is this showing? Can you see? He's a guy who considers himself to have amazing execution, and yet he mildly cheats by using macros and a combo extension button, so I didn't have to contort my hands. Now, why is this interesting to me? Because, well, first of all, to me personally, of course, I've talked to these guys before, and it's curious that I can't ever recall actually having a conversation with these guys about execution. But I guess I had assumed that they're more old school, so they must like execution. Falsely so, apparently. I do remember Mike Z adding, for the plus R thing, he added a easier input or something, I think it's called, in the combo or the control selection. And, you know, I've always been someone that said, although we have guys like James Chen, who says he's amazing at execution, I think it's quite ironic that I have always said that I don't consider myself good at execution, right? I consider myself a creative person, right? And I'm not creatively afraid of anybody. I know that I've put out more tech than anybody in the history of fighting games. It's not even close. But I always say that execution-wise, I don't consider myself to have that good of execution. I consider myself just to be stubborn enough to know that I can make the idea work. But when I see stuff like this, I'm like, whoa, maybe am I one of the best execution dudes ever in fighting games too? It's not something that I've actually ever thought of, but you know, it's just, I feel like it's sad that, again, I've had surgery on my hands. You know, I'm in physical therapy right now. I got that nerve damage down my neck, pinched nerve goes down my arms, all this kind of stuff. I just had more shots and everything like that. And of course, let's not even get into it. People are using these goddamn hitboxes, macroing everything. I've showed me doing on my controllers. I've been playing on duct tape controllers before, and I still have done all this stuff in video games. And, you know, I look at that and I'm like, whoa, am I not only the greatest tech dude ever, am I also one of the best execution dudes ever? It seems really weird to me. And I say it not to glaze myself, as the kids would say. I say it in a sad way because, you know, it's already bad enough that you have people that got to button bind and macro everything. And I've said before that button binding and macroing went from a courtesy to a pad player, right, to something that people wanted to abuse as to make them better, right? And of course, I mean, for certain characters, for sure, I think we could, if you're, well, is it possible? Is critical thinking possible in the fighting game community? Perhaps it's not anymore. But of course, you know, a character like Balrog, I think even you could appreciate, and even back in the day, that is a, you know, that's more than just a courtesy to a pad player. That's a abusable thing, because having the dexterity to do that even on an arcade stick is a skill. But, you know, the fact that I guess I had never even talked to Mike Z that I can think of, or James Chen. Do they button bind and macro for combo videos? And maybe they did. Maybe they do. Well, they do. And they consider themselves to have amazing execution. You know, again, you think of all the videos I've put out throughout the history of fighting games, you know, even back in CVS2, if we're to look at a game like CVS2, I was playing on a normal speed when I did my videos. And Japanese were playing slowest speed to make all the links easier. And I don't know, I feel like it's sad because it sets a bad example that when I think a combo video should be is part idea and part showing that you could physically do it. And I think we look at these Marvel things that I've done and the Marvel drama that happened. People are still trying to outdo the stuff that I've done in Marvel by using task videos. Isn't that crazy? Like, look at that Marvel drama that I think was happening at the beginning of the year, dude. It's like, dude, you need to use this by task. I still showed I can do that Ryu Fireball. I'm doing this by fingers. I'm doing these combos with my fingers, not macroing, surge on my hands, got nerve damage all over. And you got to use tasks. Remember the Guilty Gear stuff? People are, oh, we're going to beat Clayton. We got all these new ideas to beat Clayton. We're finally going to put out videos that Clayton has never done. The guy used tasks, and the few combos he did by hand, he had to macro everything. And some of the combos were completely fake. He turned off stagger. And he even put in that one option that's like a hidden option for, what is it, YRC and this other shit. And it's like, I don't know. How do you respect, we already know James Chen is a shady motherfucker for what he's done to me. How the fuck do people call me narcissistic when you have a dude that says he has amazing execution, but he just mildly cheats? No, seriously. I know you hate me. I know some of the people watching my video hate me, but I am always shocked that I am constantly like, I feel lucky that I ever won tournaments, which again, I don't remember James Chen or Mike C ever winning tournaments, thinking about it. But, I'm lucky enough that I was able to win tournaments. I've never been somebody that practiced like that. I feel lucky, right? That's not to say that I would win again if I ever played again like that. Although, of course, I've been lucky enough to win when I've randomly played online. But I feel lucky, right? So I'm not totally glazing myself again, as the kids say. But, I just, combo video-wise, again, tech-wise, it's not even like being narcissistic. It's just the truth. No one has done what I've done for tech in fighting games ever, and probably ever will in history. I could have quit tech for fighting games, like I said, God, 6-7 years ago, and I realized that no one was ever going to catch me. I'm just that far ahead, But I've always been like, I don't consider myself to be an execution guy, but to see people say I'm narcissistic, and you have people like James Chen, who we have showed how fucking shady he is. This guy asked me for help when I'm in the hospital, sick as fuck, but then he can't talk about it. So we know he's shady, and then he says he has amazing execution and just mildly cheats. I mean, I guess it's just going to be like, again, execution is going to be a lost art. I feel like if you're going to cheat, I guess we're going to start having combo videos. What is the level of cheating? This combo video was cheated with 10%. This combo video was cheated with 30%. I feel like combos have to be so crazy, so out there to warrant cheating. Especially like, what is your disability? I don't know. I saw that and it's weird because again, I had assumed, now it actually makes me wonder, am I one of the rare guys that was I falsely under the assumption that combo video guys don't cheat? I mean, some videos, people do tasks and everything like that, but I had assumed that at least for old school guys, that most people, if they said they were doing it by hand, they were not doing macros, which apparently is not even true. I always feel like, God, I mean, it's going to be soon. I don't, to be honest though, I'm so used to muscle memory for games like Guilty Gear. I don't even know how I would macro in a game like Guilty Gear. I feel like I would have to actually learn the muscle memory to macro for stuff like that. But I don't know. I saw that and I'm like, amazing execution while mildly cheating. And then I don't know. People just hate execution. Just sad. Anyway, I got one more video to do before I done for the day. Again, I don't know how many more videos I'm going to do before I go start traveling again, but we'll see. Anyway, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. The end.